This is Deep Toxic Gamer bringing you another gameplay of World of Kings. Now, wasn't like I thought it was going to be. It's not going to be a total of 13 minutes because I did a lot of cutting. Now it's going to be around 12 minutes, still longer than the last video I made. And yeah, so we're going to head through the portal now. I always have a hard time with that. Yeah, so the loading screen kind of reminds me of Skyrim, because sometimes it just slows down and it's stuck there for about a few seconds, up to a minute. And now, it's nothing really to do with the connection that I have. I mean, connection's fine. Anyway. So as you can tell from the last video, I seem to die down a bit, or my talkative attitude. That's mainly because I'm tired, and editing has been a rather big pain in my ass, given the fact that I had to cut and start all over and then recut. And this thing I'm using is complicated when it comes to cutting, because I want precise frames taken out, but I can't seem to do that without going through a lot of mess and drama just to get that to happen. Now, I'd like to know how y'all been. How are y'all doing? How's life treating you? And it's going to be a lot of me also in this, just bouncing through the shop screens and the lottery screens, which can be useful if you watch it, because if you look closely in this video, you could possibly learn something about this. Now, I'm not 100% sure of how everything works in a game. I'm not claiming to know that. But yeah, also remember to collect the books that you see. Those little storybooks lying around and the little boxes lying around, because they have loot in them, and the books itself boost your main stats from what they are originally. Let's say if I read a book, I can get 2 intelligence permanently added to my stats. And as for the artifact, I'm not completely sure what that does once you've got all the pieces either. But yeah, like those little boxes right there, or if you find a chest out in the wild, make sure you pick it up, because there's a lot of useful things in there. You can get gems, socketable gems as well, and other things. I think I got in my last box was fishing bait. Even though you could buy it from the shop, it's always good to get free fishing bait. And so yeah, we're going on to the next quest. And see, I think this is to the Twilight Temple, something like that. Well, we do a bunch of things while we're inside there. We have to fight one boss, which is Bloody Mary, I think. Not at all what you expect. Nothing like the little horror films or little stories you hear. It seems to be like a possession or split personality that you fight. But, I mean, it keeps the original shape of the person it took over, which you'll see here in a few seconds. Oh, also make sure to talk to these people, the expeditioners and all that. 1, it gives you a cool cutscene. 2, it also gives you a permanent bonus to your stats. And right there you'll see is where we're heading to next, is that little cottage / farm where you'll see the next boss. Now, I also did not put in the boss music for when I'm fighting, mainly because it saves time, memory, but also I'm kind of working on creating a new battle theme or battle music to add into this, and I don't want to keep using the same old stuff over and over. 1, because it eventually just makes the battle boring, and I imagine it would make you boring, or make it boring for you as well to watch this, and I don't want that. I want you to be as entertained as possible with good quality and all this stuff, which I'm working around the clock for. Now, nothing's ever going to be perfect, even though I strive for perfection in my videos. Nothing's perfect at all. So, as you can see, this is my settings for my audio. I also went into the other part of the settings where it says ambience, or like ambient noise. I had to turn that down completely, if not to 1, because when you record and you have your ambience even to 1 or anything higher, it will just spatter noise everywhere. Like it's a constant noise, and it even drowns out some of the main game volume for when you're recording. So keep that in mind if you ever start recording or you just want to play the game. Make sure you turn your ambience down. 1, that takes up a little bit more resource for your processor. 2, constant stream of noise that doesn't change. Well, it's like watching static on a TV. I mean, it's not very fun and not very entertaining. But also, it's completely jacked up, so it will be louder than most of your game volume. It could overwhelm the dialogue in the game, which is voice acted. Some of it is voice acted, and the ambience could completely just drown out the vocals of the player characters and the characters and all that. So try to keep that down. As for graphic settings, choose what's best for you. You don't have to go with the default options. I found that my phone runs better with custom options. Like I customized it. I have, what was it, Ultimate HD or Ultra HD on, but I turned a few things down. I got rid of the ambient noises, which I think sped the game up a bit because it was constantly loading noises. That is pretty much one of the quickest boss battles because I leveled up my fitness, or along with in my talents. I think that's what it's called, fitness. The thing you see with the big arm, it increases your attack rating. So each time you attack, it adds a little bit more oomph to each hit. So normally that would take me a little bit to fight her off and completely get rid of her. But also I've left myself vulnerable in the armor part because I didn't put it into guard. So I'm going to be a little bit more squishy, but I also have an increased attack. Yes, I think there's 7 artifacts in the game that you'll see. That was just one that I'm trying to complete, and the second one I'm trying to complete. But yes, you get certain artifact pieces. It's not, what do you say, something you get all at once. It's actually level based. So certain quests for higher levels, I think the next one would be like 44. So after I reach level 44, I do a quest, I get another piece of the artifact. And that's not something you can complete in all one setting or game session, mainly because, yeah, I mean, you're not going to jump incredibly high levels within a short amount of time. Now, you can if you quest, but it would be like hours and hours of grinding. You also find little deities, like you just saw there. I believe it's in my anthropology. Yeah, like right there. You use that, that gives you, see, it increases, like, that one increased my DPS. So my damage per second has been increased. So I can put out a lot more there. Okay, the skill itself is called Bravery. There we go. That also increases your attack power. and gives you bonus on each strike. So keep in mind, if you're a fighter class, you want a good defense, but you also want a really, really good offense. And as you can see, at certain levels, you can upgrade your abilities, like Shattering Strike, Power Attack, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Alright, so here we go. We're going to be slaying a bunch of undead. Yeah, you can still see that there is some rendering issues there. Like, not everything spawns at once, which I don't expect it to, because I'm running it on the highest graphical setting and custom graphics. So, the fact that it runs this well is outstanding. I don't know if it does that for everybody, the whole loading thing. I think I need to change my field of view or draw distance and maybe turn on the filtering, and it could possibly load them quicker. But then again, the spawn rate in the game is kind of insane. Like, you kill one spawns immediately after that one's dead. So with AoE attacks or area of effects, you want to be careful, because you can constantly pull a supply of monsters in. Anyway, this is Deep Toxic Gamer. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. See you soon.